So when Daryl and I first started kicking it this morning, I said there's this big thing on my heart that it's not a breakup, it's a breakthrough, and that's what we're all looking for right now in these times.
They don't know the God we serve.
I came out the womb defying stats. They was like, I don't know about that. I came out the streets defying stats. They was like, I don't know about that. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. We still defying stats. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. We still defying stats.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Real Talk Conversations. We were calling this Meaningful Conversations. And Ron's like, I like Real Talk. We don't know what we're calling it, man. We are just excited to be able to be a voice of encouragement to you, to just spread some hope and some light and some positivity during this pandemic that we're facing. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Daryl Stinson, founder of Second Chance Athletes, where our true passion is to provide holistic transition solutions to athletes who are looking to leave a lasting legacy, impact more lives, change the world, and really live a fulfilled life. And so if you're watching this and you know an athlete that is transitioning, getting ready to transition out of sports, and they're trying to figure out how to cope with this thing, how to get over sports, how to find new purpose, and how to build a life that they love where they can really impact more people, then tell them to connect with Second Chance Athletes. Second Chance is really birthed out of a heart that we all make mistakes. Everybody in their life has had a second chance. Everybody has made mistakes, but we believe that we can still get back up, and our future is always brighter than our past. So I'm thankful to have my co-laborer, co-servant, my friend, my brother, my mentor, my whatever, man, my everything, Ryan with me. And I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself to you. So you guys can just get in touch with him a little bit more. So go ahead, Ryan. Tell me a little bit about you, man.
There you go. Throw me on the spot. Hey, just thanks for everybody joining us on this journey here. If you've been with us before, we're just grateful for the support you've put into Daryl and myself, the journey we've shared together, randomly being connected years ago. And I say randomly, it's nothing but God's work, folks. It's crazy, an awesome story to tell. But all those just tuning in today, we've had an incredible week, some challenging times, unprecedented waters here that everybody's kind of experiencing, shortened sports seasons, things removed, before you ever thought they would end, an uncertain job market coming into. And we're just here this week, brother. And I'm so thankful for you and your encouragement, Daryl, and for us to start this journey with folks at this particular time and encourage them and build them up and give them some of the things, like we said, get removed, right? Get back to structure, get back to support, create a community, and let's look for those breakouts. Let's look for big breakthroughs. So
absolutely, man. And one more thing before we get into this conversation here this morning: if you are a current athlete, or a former athlete, we want to invite you to our private Facebook community. So go ahead and search Second Chance Athletes, and you'll find our group there. You'll see our logo. Connect with us. It's a way to get some network, some connection with other athletes, and also a way to just hear some other inspiring stories. We'll go live in that group sometimes and just share special content just for you, just to help you succeed in life and just advance your mission. And so we'd love to connect with you in our private Facebook group. So go ahead and make sure you do that request either now or after you watch this video. Usually we do this live, but we were having some technical difficulties this morning. So you're watching a replay right now. And we want to cover two things today. The first thing we want to cover is family dynamics in this pandemic. Like, just real talk about being at home with families, being quarantined. I've got 3 girls. Ryan's got girls. So we're surrounded by women. For all the ladies watching this, we love you. Y'all are difficult.
We can't live without you, though. We can't live without you. Come
My
on.
wife's in the other room. I'm about to come in and get bopped upside the head,
Just gonna
man.
bust down that door behind me. Watch out. Those walls aren't that thick, my friend.
They're not. No,
They're
I can
not.
hear
Trust
everything
me.
through there. And I got this mic, so they probably can hear me too. But anyways, just have real talk about that. That's our main objective for this conversation. And then just to recap last night, we decided to start to share our signature transition framework with the world for free. It's usually something that I charge for to walk people through one-on-one. But just in this time, really felt led to share it with you all for free. And so we'll be going live rather frequently throughout the week, just sharing the 5-step process that helped me go from suicide after sports to success. And it's a marketing tagline, but success for me isn't rich, famous. Sometimes it includes that, but success for me is really just being faithful and obedient to the passions that are inside of you and the principles and priorities that are inside of you. And so that's what this process helps you to do. So we did a overview of that process, shared some tips and strategies, had a great turnout. Thank you for everybody who tuned in, shared, invited others. And the good thing about that too is not only will we be sharing our signature process, but we'll be bringing on some guests, some other athletes, some other experts from around the globe, just to be able to help in this time. So you'll get to hear from us, you'll get to hear from them, and you just get to soak all this knowledge up. So while you're sitting at home and or walking outside to get some fresh air, go ahead and just tune in, take notes, let it soak into your heart, your mind, your spirit, and just find a way to move forward in this season. Don't let this season happen to you. Find a way to use this season for your good. So let's hop into this family conversation, and then we'll do a recap shortly before we close. But let's just take 10, 15 minutes tops, and let's talk about family. Man, what's the real, the good, the bad, the ugly, and how you've been dealing with being quarantined with family?
Put me on the spot first, huh? I got you.
Man.
I got you. Come on with it.
If you say it's on your heart,
It is on my heart
trust
today.
you, man.
Yeah, man. Well,
You've
thank
earned
you. I
my
appreciate
trust,
that. So listen, so when Daryl and I first started kicking it this morning, I said there's this big thing on my heart that it's not a breakup, it's a breakthrough, and that's what we're all looking for right now in these times.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm calling it the honeymoon right now. I think a lot of folks who have hustled, man. There are a lot of people out there, man, that have just put so much identity into job, like you and I put into sport, brother. Right? Yeah. There's so many people that just, and I heard it on a phone call yesterday, and bless her heart, one of the little girls, my daughter was FaceTime, and her dad was sitting there saying, "No, I can't do this. No, I can't do this. I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm busy." And it just it resonated a little bit, like, man, it's like we're getting back into that, right? We got home, we kind of enjoyed working out, like working, being around our kids. If you guys you're telecommuting now, you're working from home, you've never done it before. There's some fun appeal to that at the beginning. It's cool, you're with your kids, but this guy had literally lost that playfulness already, and that's why I'm calling it like this honeymoon stage, right? So the honeymoon's almost over, and now people are going to go into these next weeks, bro, and you and I are seeing it. Schools are canceled the rest of the year.
Oh, God.
We're full-time teachers, right? We are now full-time teachers. We are going to be responsible for the educational advancement of our kids for the rest of the year, right?
Hey, let me just insert a pause real quick and just say, if you're a teacher, I love you.
Thank you.
I so love you, man.
Yes. They don't get enough love.
I've always been a fan of teachers, and I feel like they should be paid way more. Like like, think about it, man. They shape the future of our society by educating our kids.
Yes, preach.
And so I've always been an advocate for higher wages for teachers, but I'm even more now. Like, man, we got to pay them triple because this is a beast. So anyways, man, I just want to throw that piece in there, but go ahead.
No. So I just, you and I talking this morning, the honeymoons are starting to come to an end, and people are starting to get a little anxious, and they're starting to, realize that either their job might actually be in jeopardy now, which it wasn't 2 weeks later or 2 weeks earlier. Right. So now your job may have some uncertainties. I know mine does, my wife's does. So you start adding those stresses into the fact of, I got to get this done, and I can't focus on my kids. And now my kids are annoying, and they're not blessings and happy go lucky. And I'm just sharing with you, bro, that as I was telling you this morning, we just got to get we got to get better strategies going. Right. That home thing, our communication with our spouse has to grow, right?
Yeah.
Those conversations that we've either avoided or we've thought, that can wait for tomorrow. Don't let it wait. Do it now. Right. And do it in the sense of, hey, listen, we got to open up this new communication. We got to get new structure for the kids. I share with you, man, the sticker thing my 6-year-old came up with. Come on,
Oh yeah,
she said, hey, Dad, she goes, can I have a sticker when I do things, good? And I'm like, well, that's easy enough. Yesterday, her behavior is like off the charts compared to what it was the 2 days prior, because we're just having to come up with, and listen, your kids are feeling it too.
Yeah.
All right. So if you got kids at home and you're getting through this honeymoon stage and things are getting a little crazy, your kids are sensing that.
Absolutely.
Listen, they're little sponges. They know what's going on.
They do, man.
So they need structure. They need to know where their boundaries are. They need to, so let's open up some communication with that, man. And, again, not look to, don't break away, folks. I'm telling you right now is not the time to spread. Now is not the time to pull away. Now is not the time to get angry or resentful or start letting that family unit you've spent so many years putting together fall apart. We got to look for breakthroughs and breakouts, man. We got to look for these new moments. When you look at on the backside of this, if we institute these new strategies and these new things that we're doing as a family at the back end of this, man, are we going to be that much better or what, man? We're going to be fired. I agree. So anyways, that was on my heart this morning. Thanks for letting me share that. And
no, that's good, man. And I've got some insights as well. And I do want to say, because we serve such a wide audience, I know not everyone has family and kids and all that. And, if you're watching this, there's going to be some things that you can take away, especially when I get to our framework part at the end. Right. So don't tune out just yet. And then also just know that this isn't our topic every time. Like sometimes we share about other things that are more specific to people in any situation, not just family dynamics. But we wanted to zone in because we do have a lot of people with families, and just be able to make this the focus of our content today. But again, just and if you're watching this now, it's uploaded, so you can just scroll to the part
to the left, to the right,
to the right, where we share about our framework and see how you can be a part of that experience where we'll be going live with those, our framework process, and then also our experts. So anyways,
even if you don't have family though, bro, too, great points and great loop in for folks that may not, our newest partner was Sydney, no kids, no employment yet, anything of that nature. I talked to her the other day, what are you doing? So I think there's a stage at the beginning of this where it was like, oh, cool, I get to chill, I get to hang out. And then now it's like, holy cow, this could keep going a little while.
I know.
I keep chilling, I keep hanging out, I'm going to start getting behind. So I think even for that group that may not have the kids or the families just yet, y'all, it's time to dig in.
I agree.
Let's start preparing like we talked about earlier.
I agree.
Preparation, right? That's it. That's what's going to put you on top when this thing breaks out. So
I agree, man.
So what you got family wise? Come on.
Well, I'll start with a story, man. So the other day, my wife is getting ready for the day, and I mean, she's taking forever, and I'm like, oh God, what could you possibly be doing in there? Like, why does it take so long? And so I'm like trying to keep the kids busy and occupied and make phone calls and, multitask. And I'm kind of getting, tired, man. I'm like, all right, time's up. Come on out. I need help. Reinforcement troops, And so I come in there and, just knocking on the door, and I look, she's just in the mirror, like putting on the eyeliner and stuff. I'm like, what are you doing? Cause she's looking like she's getting ready to go on a night on the town, man. I'm like, does she have a meeting I don't know about? Like, what is going on? Like, why is she all dolled up right now? And I was like, you look good. So I was like, where you going? She said, to the living room.
Let's go.
I said, what? You did not let to go. She's like, I'm tired of just being
need to look good
in my pajamas and stuff like that. So to your point, try to live a normal life as much as possible. Sometimes it's not about being seen or being on Zoom. It's just about feeling like you again. And if you're not careful, wearing pajamas every day will put you in depression.
Listen, been there.
You're sulking, emotional eating, watching TV, listening to the news.
Video games.
Next thing you know, like, you're like, man, I feel bad about me. Well, you've been sitting in pajamas for 7 days. So, so just, take a couple days, get up, get dressed, brush your teeth, wash your face, and do your hair. I've been cutting my own hair. I haven't been able to go see my barber, so I've been cutting my own hair. I might be pushing my line back. I'm about to go bald if this stays going on too long. But
it's gonna put you bald,
just get in that routine, man. Like the other day as well. Like my kids, we're just going at it, man. I've got 3 girls. They're all under the age of 6, 6, 3, and the other one's getting ready to be 2 here in like a week or 2. It's coming up quick, and so they were just going at it, man. Girls fighting, wrestling. The youngest is a handful, man. She'll take toys, she'll slap. So anyways, it was just getting to where they all were acting crazy. And, we were both like getting ready to be snappy, but then I was like, you know what? This is tough on them too. And so I was like, you know what? Let me just take them outside, and I'm going to ask for forgiveness of this. I hope I don't go to jail for this. But we went to the park, man. I don't know if we were supposed to. But we went out to the park, and just I let them just run around for a little bit, just run out in the open field, play tag a little bit, and just getting some open green space, some fresh air. And dude, it made the world of a difference. Like they came back, they went down for a nap, they woke up. The day wasn't perfect, but for them it was just like, okay, like they were so excited to just leave the house, man. So again, we're still trying to honor this social distancing. Like there was nobody else around or anything like that. And we washed our hands and all that stuff. So, we weren't being socially irresponsible, but we were trying to get in a routine and a normal life as much as possible, trying to get a break, some fresh air, so that you still feel like, you have those pillars, that entertainment, that outside, that, getting dressed, putting on your shoes, to feel like life is normal. So for me, that's just been a huge help, man. And you mentioned communication as well. Like that's something that's been a huge help to us. I don't know why that the longer you marry, that it's just not divine cosmosis where your spouse just understands every thought that goes through your head.
No, sir.
But apparently they cannot read thoughts.
No. And apparently we don't look at things through the same lens, right?
Oh God, no. And especially if, I know some couples, Ryan, that are like exactly alike. I mean, like, and those couples that are like that because they do everything together. Like they sit on top of each other. They laugh at the same time. They watch the same show. They wear the matching pajamas in their family photos. And so there's those couples that are like that. And then there's what's up?
I gotta cut you off on the matching pajamas.
Why?
I wear matching pajamas for pictures, but I'm not on the same. I'm not on the same page. I just do it because I know it needs to be done.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man.
Come on.
Well, you know what I mean, though. There's the people that like their gifts, their passions, their likes, they're all the same, and that's why they love each other because they people say that opposites attract. Well, I think likes attract too, like because I see a lot of couples who are like literally like I'm like y'all could be brother and sister, like y'all are just alike. But then there's like couples like me and my wife who we're exactly opposite on everything.
That's right.
I'm black. She's white. I
You're
grew up
tall.
poor. She grew up pretty wealthy.
You're tall.
I'm tall. She's short. She's organized. I'm all over the place. Yeah. She likes entertainment and fun and party. And I know I got the energy, but she's really the life of the party. And I will read books, watch documentaries, like just sit out in the middle of the day. I will watch a documentary in a heartbeat. Yeah. And Brittany is just like, can we watch a television show? It is sunny outside. And so just communicating, what's best for you? Like, hey, and I had to say this to her the other day. I was like, look, we've been watching a lot of I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine television show. Forgive me. It's not that bad of a show, but still, I'm a pastor, not supposed to be watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But anyways, was watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine with my wife. We've been binge watching it. And I was just like, man, I need a movie. I need like a deep, dramatic, get lost in the plot line movie because I just need to zone out and be in a different world right now. And so just communicating that rather than getting frustrated at her, like she knew that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So that's it, man. And even if you're single and by yourself, like make sure you're taking care of you. That's really the principle. Is know yourself enough to know what you need. Find a way to make tweaks and adjustments. Like, you know, if you can't get outside, open the window and look outside. You know, like whatever. Like we got this little balcony. Sometimes we'll just go out there instead of like running, you know, outside. You know, so just knowing what works for you and making sure that you're taking care of yourself and that self-care is the highest priority in this time. So that
it's back to that structure piece, man.
Absolutely.
It's if you've again, I'm going to share this, the honeymoon's been extended. You know, what you thought was going to be a 2-week, you know, everything's going to be back to normal, y'all. It's not happening. This is another 30 days almost. And then who knows what happens after that. It's time to get dialed in. And I have to do, you know, I think what's cool about what you and I have set precedent for in this thing is to be transparent and to be authentic, right?
Absolutely.
I haven't done the fitness piece right now. You know, I've tried to give that to my wife. And so,
you better watch out. I'm gonna catch you, man. I'm gonna catch you.
You know, next week I have to make that a priority. You know what I'm saying? I got to get up before we do this call at 7:30, and I got to put my time in, and I haven't been doing it. But in order to do it, I've got to give up the later nights. I got to get the kids to bed earlier, and I got to start doing other things to get that routine back. Yeah. I've always told you got to give up to get. Right? There's only a certain number of hours in the day. You know, you got to be conscious of where your time's going. And for all those, again, like you said, just out of sport, it's all right to feed your face on burgers and fries and get that out of your system because y'all have been so disciplined. And I'm so proud of everybody who's put in that time for that journey to be excellent, right? To be on top of their game, to be the best that they potentially could with the gifts that they have. But the game changes. Now it's new structure. Like you said, get up, make your bed, get dressed, get showered, put real clothes on. You know, my wife is just starting to work from home more, and she's still kicking it in her PJs. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. You're in the honeymoon here, getting that, but you're going to want to start, you know, showering, and you're going to want to start getting up and just making the day official so that your energy's different, you know? And then all of a sudden she runs off in the middle of the day. She jumps in the shower. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I got a Zoom meeting coming up. I got to get my face on. I'm like, well, if you would have done that first thing in the morning, then we wouldn't have had this major disruption in the day. You know what I'm saying? So just trying to coach gently, right?
But like that. Don't say that to her, man. You know, gotta be.
No, I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
I know.
She knows I'm thinking it.
I know.
I'm thinking it. So she knows I'm thinking it. But yeah, just coaching those things gently and
I love it, man. So maximize the season, communicate, take care of you, voice your concerns, put some structure in place, use this as a time to move forward, not to avoid and binge out. So absolutely, man. So we could talk about that for hours, man. But I'm gonna cut that there and just say, man, take those. That's plenty to apply, and would love to hear what's working for you. Drop a comment, send us a message in the private Facebook group. Like, let's just hear like what's working for you. How are you handling quarantine? What has worked for you in terms of being in close quarters with family? Just want to know, hear from you as well. So go ahead and hit us up. Let us know about that. Let me just recap last night real quick, and I'll be curious to know your thoughts, Ryan. Don't want to spend a lot of time here because the video's still they can see the replay on Facebook. So I did it from my personal page. I think we were on my personal page, Second Chance Athletes page, in the group, and on Zoom. So it's like everywhere. But again, there was this time where it wasn't that I didn't feel like I could be successful at anything outside of sports. It's that I didn't think I would be fulfilled, that I would love anything as much as I love being an athlete. And so when I had to transition, like many people are facing right now in the middle of this pandemic, like the old is gone, they have to embrace the new. That led me to depression. Okay. So I attempted suicide multiple times and then survived that traumatic experience, and then told God that since he saved me from suicide, he has to make my life worth living. He has to show me something greater than sports, or else you should have just let me die. So I'm not recommending that you bargain with God that way, but I did that. And so he started to show me and walk me through, and I did a lot of self-study and reflection and all this stuff, and came to this place where I was like, you know what, if I could go back to the way that things were. I wouldn't go. Like I love my life now more than my former life. And I was like, how did I get to this place? And I started to see these phases that I went through. Acceptance, dealing with accepting that the old is gone, believing that there's a better future, discovery, digging deep into the core of why I was created. Just like a screwdriver was created for a certain purpose, I knew that I was created for a certain purpose. So discovery, and then pursuit. How do I go after it? How do I actually achieve my dreams? How do I set goals? How do I put systems and structure around myself to be successful? And then persist. How do I make sure that I don't quit or reach a certain peak in life and then fail because I didn't have the right tools and tactics in place in my life to sustain the success that I built? And these are the phases that I went through. There's so many things that are underneath those umbrellas, but that's the phases. That's the big picture. So we talked about that, and you can go watch that video. And I want you to know that the easiest way to figure out what's going on is to just join the private Facebook group. It's going to ask you for your email address. We'll get you that, and then I'll just send you a link. And you can join us on the back end of Zoom, or you can at least be the first to be notified when we're going live, to hear from the experts, to know when we'll be sharing the transition curriculum, okay? We're bringing in people, motivational speakers. We're bringing in nutrition experts. We're bringing in brain experts, brain science experts. And so a career development, I shared the other day that Elizabeth Heinskill, who is over Notre Dame's Leadership Academy, is going to teach people about job search and resume development and interview tips and all that stuff. So we're going to let the experts do their thing. And so the easiest way is you find a way to give us your email address. I don't care, drop a DM, but so that you can stay notified of what's going on. So what was your thoughts about last night, Ryan?
Man, you know, this whole piece, man, you've done such an amazing job with the curriculum side, brother. Really proud of you on that, and just giving people a great framework of phases and stages. But I think one of the biggest messages you and I have been heartfelt with the entire time is that struggle is real. Mm-hmm. Like, we're not asking you to be like just say, oh, well, I'm good now, I'm okay. No, right. It doesn't just happen like a light switch. One of the biggest things my wife shared with me when I told her that after 11 years, the game had still held too big of a part of my heart, right? It still was in grasp of too much. And she said, I thought it was over when you walked away. And so I think, you know, I just want everybody to know that the framework that we've set up, the structure we're trying to put together, the encouragement we're trying to provide is coming from a place where it's okay to be for the moment. Yeah. But again, we're looking for you to break out and break through, right? Struggle is real. You're not alone. The biggest point of us doing this together, bro, has been our community, man. I mean, I couldn't have gotten to where I am today without brothers like you.
Absolutely.
And other people in this community and other people in this group that you and I have leaned on.
Likewise, yeah.
Time to replace, right? We got to replace what was with something new, like we talked about earlier this week. So we got to replace it with a new community. We got to replace it with a new message, new structure, new people, new programs. And guess what, folks? I'm telling you right now, you will see new results.
Yep.
You will see them. They're coming. Yep. It takes work. It takes the same grind. It takes the same early mornings that you put in while you're playing sport. It takes the same persistence. It takes the same commitment. But it's possible, man. It's possible to replace what once was with something that's even greater. And it's really cool to see people part of this. I have to take accountability too. I think you will as well. We've been slow in this process, putting everything together. We've kicked around some great ideas. Yeah. Our follow through and delivery has been inconsistent. Let's be honest, right? Let's not, we'd be completely transparent, but
well, it's not like we don't have anything going on. You know what I mean?
Right. Families, other jobs. But listen, y'all, it's go time. We partnered with an amazing woman, Sydney, who's going to help us. She just got out of Miami from swimming, and she has a huge heart for transition. She's had her own experiences, which one day we hope she can share with the world. But, we've got some more resources now. We've got some more support. She's going to be super dynamic in keeping this communication flowing. And I'm just excited to see where it goes, brother. I'm thankful.
Yeah, man. Me too, man. And, appreciate that, man. And you're right. The struggle is real. You're not alone. Would you say break up to break through?
Yeah. Let's not break up, right? Yeah. Let's look for a breakout. Let's look for a breakthrough,
Love it, man.
Keep a family intact, this isn't so good. This is not an individual journey, y'all. This cannot be done alone. right? Some great words in that book, my friend, that talk about two having a greater power and potential than one, right?
Absolutely.
Listen, this is a community event. This is a community experience.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to learn who gets into that community and who's got to step away for a minute, right? And I'm telling you, that is super critical to all this as well. So thankful for everybody who's coming in, thankful for everybody who's consuming the message, and let's just pour it on each other. Lots of love, lots of big things to see happen.
Love it, man. We're gonna wrap up here. 2 closing thoughts from me. Thought number 1, I think in terms of marketing, I used to do marketing consulting, and I just got all types of taglines and stuff in my brain, and I was just like, join us, because life after sports is still a team sport. I love it, man. Might need a little tweaking, but it's still a team effort. It's still about a team. So
man. It really is.
That was a thought. And then my second thought, I had a visual of I went and toured the water plant, the water treatment facility, and they showed us how they pull water from the lake and take it through all this filtration system, and it's actually comes out more pure and as better drinking water than what it originally was. And I was thinking about our process, because I was like, you were saying replace. Yeah. And I almost was like, yeah, replacing, but it's better. And then I saw that visual. And so it's like, yeah, you're replacing the team, you're replacing the purpose, you're replacing something that was old, something new versus something that's old. You're replacing what was old with something that's new. Yeah. But it's better. It's when you take it through this process, it goes through this filtration system where you get to keep the good, the systems, the structure, but get rid of the bad, the high.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
I just thought that just now.
I think it's incredible. I
need to like because some graphic designer out there, take our 5 steps and put it through a visual that's like a filtration system, because that's what it does. It pulls out.
Well, it's a funnel, right? It's a funnel, D. Yes. It's a funnel, right? Yes. So you sit there and you're taking all these experiences that you had as an athlete, and as it gets down through that funnel, at the end, we're only holding on to a few things, right? But that's the power of discipline, right? Yes. That's the power of persistence. Yes. That's the power of teamwork, right? That's the power of compassion, empathy, love. All those things are at the bottom of this funnel, D, and then you just got to figure out where to go with it. Right. Where does it get moved? How does it get utilized? And what purpose now is that jar that it's filtering into, right?
But listen, man, no different than going into a new year with the old you.
It's not. It's
no different. We don't want you to have a new job with the same version of you. That's what the system helps with.
Yes.
That's what our process helps with. That's what these conversations help with.
Yes.
Is how do I go into a new season with a new me?
Yes.
Better, stronger.
Man, that's it.
Come on, man.
That's it, bro. I mean, that was it right there. I mean, let's come in with a new me to a new opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't drag the old one in, because the old one's got baggage. The old one's got regret. The old one's got sorrow. The old one's got woe is me or should have been me.
Whatever it is.
Go, right? Whatever that is, and that's real, y'all. Like that. That's okay to have, right?
Yeah.
We're not saying you got to run past that. We're actually saying you got to wrestle with that first.
Yeah.
I mean, that was your first step. I mean, you got to sit there and wrestle with that first to get that separation. And then once you start letting the chains go, man, it's let the wings fly, baby.
Crazy, man.
Good
Crazy.
Stuff.
All right, y'all. So again, if you know a current athlete, a former athlete, somebody who could benefit from these transition conversations, go ahead and forward this to them, tag them in this video. Join the private Facebook group. We'd love to connect with you there. Till next time, we'll see you. We love you. We believe in you. Always remember, your best days are always in front of you and not behind you.
Coming.
Take it easy.
They don't know the God we serve.
I came out the womb defying stats. They was like, I don't know about that. I came out the streets defying stats. They was like, I don't know about that. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. We still defying stats. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. We still defying stats.